Hey folks, it's Nick Granville. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I wanted to talk about this modulated delay. Who needs a modulated delay? Like, what is it for? What does it do? All those questions and more will be answered. So this is made by the good people at Red Witch, a company based here in New Zealand. They're handmade. They provide a lifetime warranty. These things are built like they're built to last, right? Which I really appreciate because very little gear in the music industry now is built to last. And who offers a lifetime warranty, right? I'm going to go through a few of the settings. So the first one you have here is you have delay. Now, according to the manual, delay sets the time from super short to more than 2000 milliseconds. Regen, this controls the number of repeats or sound regeneration. Choose from one single repeat through to the glorious sound of infinite repeats. This one here, depth, is the impact of the modulation, so how much modulation or not. And blend determines how much delay signal is blended with the dry signal, right? So it's not a blend of the modulation, it's a blend of the dry signal. The switch here at the top takes you from a short delay to a longer delay. And then the bottom one is wow or flutter, right? So you can get that fluttery kind of thing where it wobbles, you know what I mean? That's pretty cool. And inside this, there's an internal gain control, so you can actually dirty it up. I've dialed it back a bit. It was a little dirty for my taste, but I've got it so it's just pushing into it, a little bit of saturation, which is kind of cool. So let's go through a few things. I'm going to show you a few settings from the manual. So this is the first one called the Dream. This is my clean tone. Clean Fender style amp, bit of verb, kind of simple. So it's like sonic landscape stuff, right? I was wondering without having a tap tempo how you'd get on this stuff, but I think when you get that kind of a sound, it sort of becomes textural, almost like pads, right? And that the tempo is irrelevant at that point. It's all cascading one sound into another, so it's pretty cool. Next one they've called Brian. So that little bit of clip you're hearing is actually from the internal gain pot. I quite like that because you can make it kind of this darker textural kind of thing. The next one is slapped back. Because it's an analog delay, it does that really fantastic slapback rock and roll, rockabilly type sound, as you would expect. The next one is shimmer choir. So these are the sort of sounds I could imagine that Chords of Orion guy using. So if anyone knows him, send him this video because this is exactly what I could picture that guy using, right? Like these ambient texture, ambient guitar stuff. It's absolutely perfect for that. The next one I'm going to show you is called Double Batch. So as you can see, this is a really powerful pedal that's very unique, right? It doesn't sound like a lot of other pedals do. Now you can get this kind of stuff out of digital pedals, but there is something about that analog thing that's just different. The analog pedals can be a little noisier, that comes with the territory, right? Digital pedals tend to be very clean. But I think all of that is part of what gives this its character. To me, that internal gain pot, that's a big one, because you can adjust how much kind of saturation you want on it, right? You know, and there's a fair bit of scope on that little pot. So yeah, I think, who is this for? You could use it for a rockabilly thing. You could use it for kind of like normal kind of rock lead delays. To me, the rock lead delays though is not really what this does well. To me, it's an ambient pedal, right? So if you're someone who plays ambient music, textural kind of stuff, this is fantastic, because you can just put it on. It doesn't really matter about the tempo, because it's just going to evolve into a pad when everything kind of overlays, and you get this these wonderful textures that are unique. It could be really good for someone who's into sampling, because you can just play a chord, so you can get that almost sounds like a record player kind of vibe, that sort of stuff. So I think there's a multitude of uses in there. So this is kind of more aimed at the more creative guitar player, I think. You do have to be careful with it. Some of the settings will just take off like mad, because especially once you get into that infinite run kind of repeat thing, because everything is feeding into everything else and just escalating. So there is scope to kind of get crazy on it, like real crazy. I haven't shown you that today, but you could explore that if that's what you're into. Cool pedal. I think it's great. This whole Apothecary series from Red Witch are really well built. They're by my buddy Ben Fulton here in Wellington, New Zealand. Great guy. I'm not paid to do this stuff. I get to keep the pedals at the end of it, but I'm doing this because it's for a friend, and I'm doing this because I genuinely think these are really good. I don't show stuff on my channel that's not good. You might have noticed. I get asked by a lot of companies to do stuff, and if I don't believe in what they're doing, then I'm just not going to show you, because what's the point? You just become a shill at that point, right? And I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you stuff that I'm actually inspired about, because that's what I know. And this stuff is inspiring. I can hear this straight away being something I'd use on a record, because I would put that in there, I'd record a couple of chords, maybe make a loop out of it, and boom, there you go. Got a really nice textural part. Cool. Hey, I hope you found this useful. If you have, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.